So as for
It's
our last,
usually another angle, right?
Mhm.
It's usually another angle, right? So
Yeah.
they don't look at things. So you look at, right? Because you are a
Mhm.
policymaker, right? Usually in the
Mhm.
company, the government, but they're the receiving end, right? So they of course they see things differently from you, right? So
Mhm.
so it's much better that you really listen to them. You need a big and open heart. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So considering like multiple perspectives is also very important for the company's success, right? So for our last
Mm.
question today, as someone who just stepped into a new industry, there are a lot of difficult tasks to complete. Are there moments where you experienced mental breakdowns, and if so, how do you cope?
I think right now I'm managing emerging markets, and I also needed to closely work with global headquarter functions. And I also needed to manage the complexity within China, right? So I have three things. And dimension wise, I have a business operation, commercial operation, means you have to sell your products and educate doctor with the right way on using and maximizing your product, right? So, but the key also is you also need to focus on innovation, talking to scientists and talking to ops people, manufacturing. So you have to cover all dimensions. So there are times you are almost on the edge of collapsing, right? But I think the key is I just tell you is the starting point, right? Why are you doing these things? Why do you bother to do more, right? So you maybe at the end you're making the same monthly salary, so your salary doesn't fluctuate like a stock market every month, right? So it's a fixed amount of income you're getting, right? But why do you do more, right? So at the end, it doesn't make such a big difference, right? So
Mhm.
how you can become an entrepreneur when you are employee, right? So I think that is the key. So you will learn a lot of things which you never cope with. But that's curiosity, right? So if you are not even curious about how you can cure a patient, right? So if you don't have that motivation or starting point, then everything become really frustrated, right? So
Mhm.
I think at the end you're not the right people on the
Mhm.
leadership job. So because you're not interested in people, so people are telling you how sad is their family, their parents is suffering from a disease, and you feel disgusting, right? So then you are not the right people. So when you listen to patients' story, you are so curious on how we can help them better, right? So and whether there will be another solution can help them, right? So I think you have to bother, right? So you are enjoying every moment, and every morning you go to work, you are such an energized person because you have a mission to achieve, right? So I think at the end of the success is very simple. Have the right starting point.
Yep, that's true. So having like the right starting point as well as the motivation really helps you to like keep working because you have this strong passion about your job as well as like seeing the outcome of how many people you have helped is is like very motivational for you as well as so you would have like fewer mental breakdowns because there are a lot of like good things that you are seeing that you're making the effort and you're seeing good results. So I think that's like a really good thing.
You have to be happy when you benefit other people.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you are evil, right? So you build
Yeah.
your interest on other people's pain, right? So you make money from a dead people. Can you imagine that? So if in the pharmaceutical industry, if you are not thinking about how you help patients, then what are you doing?
Hmm. Yep,
Making money?
that's
No. Making money from other people's pain? How good is that? How long can
yeah.
you do that? I think people, everyone will hate you, right? And nobody will follow you. So if I ask you, say, let's benefit ourselves by building our success on other people's pain, how good is that task? So
Yeah, it will last a very short time and
it's
nobody would
evil,
be
right?
happy.
So this is evil,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep. So thank you, Mr. Wang, for coming into our interview today, and we learned a lot from you about your motivation as well as the primary purpose of you entering this industry, as well as the valuable experience you gained from other people, as well as like performing different tasks in the industry. So I hope the best for you in your job, and I learned a lot from you.
I can be honest with you. I also learned a lot from your question, right? So your question is triggering my thinking, right? So every time when you have interaction, even people want to learn from you, at the same time you learn from them because these are the questions I never think about. So do I think about my success every day? No, I'm not obsessed with thinking about myself, right? But when you ask that question, it triggers also my thinking. So no time is wasted. Even you talk to a young, bright people like you, so I can also learn from you, right? Because you trigger my thinking because I usually don't think in about these questions, right? So
Mhm.
every interaction will benefit you.
I'm glad that these questions are helping you to think about your
I like
success
your question.
more.
And by the way,
Thank
I
you.
really like the question. So I think these questions are well thought, right? So and you're really keen and bother to know why people what are other people thinking, right? What are the leaders thinking in the whole industry, right?
Yep. Thank you.